only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
The challenge facing the United States is that we have to be right one time. I mean, 100% of the time. You'll be. You know, I'm serious. Last night, Jeb and I had some crabs. Look like members of the 1972 Miami Dolphins. Dan Marino and his really dynamic wife. TV stars, Andy Garcia. I can see Laura begin to grimace a little bit. She said, he's getting awfully windy. It's a Texas term. I like to mountain bike. I like to put a little country and western music on my iPod. It's hard for me to explain why that was the case. Just take my word for it. You'll be able to see a technology, a technology that will enable you to converse with somebody on long distance and it seems like the person's out there. If it feels good, do it. If you got a problem, blame somebody else. It's hard for me to explain why that was the case. Just take my word for it. But I also want to tell a story. And here's the story. My dad, like many of your folk who got relatives here, many of you whose relatives did the same thing, you're here, their relatives probably aren't. You know, they don't like what's being said is not, they're not just stiff in the United States. I don't know if that's a diplomatic word or not. Our people have done a really good job of hauling in a lot of the key operators. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, Abu Zubaydah, Ramzi al-Sheeb, or whatever the guy's name was. I thank you all and the citizens of this community for this. Thanks for coming. Be seated. Thanks for coming. Welcome to the White House. Thanks for coming. I can't spend too much time because I got to go get my limousine filled up by hydrogen. I want to give you some thoughts about what I'm thinking about. Administrator Karen Tandy of the Drug Administration, the Drug Enforcement Administration. And I understand that many African Americans distrust my political party. Roger.
Thank you, sir.
Roger.
Thank you, sir.
To help the current Border Patrol do the job until the new agents are trained. That makes sense to me, doesn't it? So I hear the voices, and I read the front page, and I know the speculation, but I'm the decider. First, I recognize...
I was looking for a book to read, and I said, you ought to try Kimmel. I also read 3 Shakespeare's.
This is a change.
I've got an eclectic reading list.
It's the intransigence of the North Korean leader. We now have other parties at the table who have made it clear to North Korea that they share the same goals of the United States, which is a nuclear weapons-free peninsula. Our goals remain clear. Peace and security in Northeast Asia and a nuclear-free Korean peninsula. And I think people who want to be a citizen of this country ought to learn English. If you don't like what we tell you to believe in, we'll kill you.